Hello.
Hello.
Beard, you disappeared like for a second as soon as you finished talking about textile thing, and I was like, "Oh." Beard was like, "Oh, you're starting the show."
Bye.
Bye.
No, I
Suck it, Trebek.
I clicked log in because usually when I'm on Chrome, I can like help out moving things around, But for some reason, I'm logged out on the computer downstairs, and apparently, when you click log in, it brings you to another channel,
Yo.
or it brings you to like another page. I can't like log in while I'm in the whatchamacallit. So
Interesting. Well,
hello.
Oh yeah. I'm just putting this up just in case. I probably need to do a different one because we're not talking about those things. That's for Wellness Wednesdays, but just trying to be more proactive.
Yeah.
Holy crap! There's 4 people here. I'm not sure I even know 4 people. All right.
Sure you do. It's all the people who have come on this show that aren't here this morning.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Sub Spike, sub Shaggy.
Yeah, it's like Wednesday. There was like 10 people or something like that. I'm always amazed when folks jump on. I'm always very flattered by that. And yes, I'm wearing glasses today because I'm old and I can't see. Mitch!
I love you, Mitch. I hope everything's going well this weekend.
Yeah, Mitch, I heard the tale of your plight. First of all, condolences, because that sucks. But I also heard the tale of the Discord. Ugh. You're a good egg, Mitch. You're a good egg.
I found my Dude Love glasses.
Oh God.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Looking good. All right. Well, I want to work on this for a little bit. Not for too long, but just because I feel like this is a nice. Mitch does like eggs. I love eggs. I really do. I like them almost any way you cook them. I really do. You know what? I really want crepes right now. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you for
crepe. A crepe. I can go for a crepe.
Oh gosh, Cassandra makes really good crepes. Oh. Eee. All right. So Beard, you weren't here for this, but I want to do a mini series. Which is basically like Marvel Universe, but like Thunder Agents inspired. Yeah, I like hard-boiled eggs.
I think that it came up when we were talking about potential miniseries, but I wasn't here for the planning. Yeah.
Salt, pepper, hot sauce on a boiled egg. Ooh.
Everything bagel seasoning on a hard.
Yes. Oh man, Cassandra got these everything bagel chips, and put those in hummus. Oh my gosh, I could eat the whole bag if I'm not careful. They're so good. Yeah, I want eggs now too. Man, eggs. So Matt was helping out here, coming up with some things that I had not thought of, as far as tech. So and I was thinking, I told Matt and everybody else this last time. I went back and re-listened to Taz Commitment, one of the first miniseries they did, where Clint was the DM or GM or dude running the game. And it was very Thunder Agents inspired. And the reason I went back is because I'd been racking my brain to figure out where Cardala came from the Just Us, because they said, "Oh, Cardala's back," and I was like, "Where's Cardala from?" And I found out Cardala is basically was a Justin character for Commitment, who was a mishmash of Thor and the Hulk. You had this wonderful woman from T.H.U.N.D.E.R, who, when she got her power, she accidentally unlocked an Inuit goddess stuck inside of her named Cardala. And Cardala is a fucking trip. So also Cardala found out about Jesus Christ and his great and terrible Bible, which is sharp as a knife. I really enjoyed that, so I was like, I kind of want to go. I want to try that. I really like Thunder Agents, so I think it's a cool concept. So what we were talking about is this being. Oh man, I want to go to Fat Nat so bad right now. I can't, but
Please.
yeah, Fat Nats is the best.
Husky Nathaniels.
Husky.
Husky Nathaniels.
So the idea is that the UN, this would be, I would say post. I kind of was thinking about this, Matt. What would be a good time period to set this in? Because I was almost thinking like right now, post Krakoa, post however this Orcus thing shakes out, because it kind of seems like maybe the X-Men are going to become flat out terrorists since
I'm
they're
not
just
sure what's going on with them.
since they're just like, oh, humans, you want to kill all of us? Well, then you must die as well.
I don't know if that's where they're going with this or not.
I mean, hey, Colossus and Wolverine were just straight up murdering dudes.
Oh yeah,
but those dudes are also monstrous mutant
Orcus
killers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing there.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a reset they're gonna hit at the end of this.
So I guess my question would be to all of you: what would be the best? What period of Marvel time most interests you in playing in? Like, and I would say a post-event time period. So coming out of an event where there's kind of been a little bit of a reset of the line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that there's a sweet spot before you get to Secret Invasion that I loved in a post New Warriors, like Civil War space, before it was kind of like nobody trusts anybody and everything will get blown up. And I like the era when like McKeever and Mike Norton were doing like Gravity and like Slingers was going on. It just seemed like there was so much.
Oh, Chad is on fire this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like there was so much potential there. Like Young Avengers was like really kicked into next gear. It felt like the last time, kind of like when not Teen Titans, Young Justice was going on in DC. Like there's this era in like the mid 2000s where like both companies were like, here's an idea. How about we try to like take underutilized characters or, create new characters, like actual new IP. And, they dumped most of it in Marvel, but.
Oh, DC did the same. They had all those interesting characters coming out. And maybe, was it the New 52, Matt? Where like Slider and the Hulk guy they had like 4 or 5 characters that were actually very interesting. And then they were like, yeah, these aren't working after 5 issues, so we're done with this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean they did tons of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know this. Did you know there's a trade for the DC Implosion one shots or for first issue Implosions?
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, you can get all those first issues in a trade now.
Cool.
I'm all about that. It's got some wickedly cool stuff in it. That's an interesting one, Mitch. What about you, Matt?
I feel like
here's an idea: youths fight crime.
Yeah, I don't.
So my thought, and definitely it's just my thought, would be post Secret Wars. Like right when we get back to, basically clean slate Marvel U. But like after Hickman's like, okay, I think I'm done for a while.
Yeah.
I've reset all the pieces on the board. Have at it. But I do like that idea of right after Secret Invasion, because that, like, there's a heightened sense of complete. Not everyone is who they are. I really like that. Yeah. So Matt, your thoughts?
I'm not against the current vibe. I feel like that has got potential once we see how stuff shakes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what the best, because what you're suggesting is very in line with the post Civil War stuff with the Initiative and the Order and all that. It's very much in that vein.
And that's what I was kind of thinking, like one of those two time, maybe post Secret Invasion is the best time for it. Then what was the initiative? Initiative was during, right before Secret Invasion.
Pre and during. They had about 20 issues, 30 issues.
So to me, it would be like a logical next step if the UN was like, well, you guys did this thing and it blew up in your faces, so we're going to do our own thing. We're just going to also steal some of your technology to do it. Or I shouldn't say we're going to appropriate some of your technology or a variation of your technology to do it. Thoughts, feelings?
Yeah, I think that would work.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, and you're not stuck in anything necessarily. There's always inciting events you can tweak. So
yeah. All right. So,
I mean, heck, you could even. I mean, like the whole bit with the Aaron Avengers run, where the Avengers kind of cut ties with the U.S. explicitly, and the U.S. is like, all right, well, now we have the Squadron Supreme. I could see the UN being.
I like that as well.
That.
Well, I didn't. So during John's run on Avengers, the Avengers cut ties with the U.S. and basically were part of the UN.
Yeah.
I always liked that. And I thought it was interesting because it kind of, there was always, well, not always, but there's a lot of times been a U.S. representative within the Avengers as far as like Gyrick. And then we had I can't think of the guy during Busick's run.
Dwayne.
Something. Yeah, I can't think of his name, but like him being involved in it, like we had these kind of liaisons.
There's Everett Ross kicking around.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Everett Ross was UN, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought he was.
Or no, he was State Department.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay, I can never remember.
The whole deal was like, well, the king of Wakanda is coming to the States, and we just want you to kind of follow him around and make sure he doesn't do anything.
Fucking Ross. So that's, I think, kind of, I think this is a good time period. So one thing that kind of I'm taking from both, like I said, I'm lifting from commitment as well, was that, and I don't remember if this is the Thunder Agents thing or not, but in order for them to undergo this treatment, they have to have a very specific genome type. Which I don't think is part of Thunder Agents, since it's generally with them, it was like equipment. So they had to they basically stole the information from, basically broke HIPAA laws across the world. And we're finding these genome types and then bringing people in and interviewing them. So the idea would be that the people that are Super Spike and Shaggy just continuing to drop bombs in the chat. That the people that they're getting as potentials for this program aren't like your basic heroic types, which is another thing I actually very much liked about Thunder Agents, was there were just some of them were just regular ass people who are like, oh, I just happen to fit the mold for this. So and then Matt and I were talking about like, well, how could you get people powered up? And so I kind of thought about this, and Matt added some great stuff here, is like using a variation on all of these things in small portions to get them where it is, in order to make sure it's not just one thing. That way you don't get an Armor Wars thing where Iron Man looks at it and goes, oh wait, you put your peanut in my chocolate, or peanut butter in my chocolate, and comes after you and decides to destroy everything. The other thing I love about Thunder Agents is the idea that your powers, while are awesome, are incredibly dangerous for you. This is something else I want to take from, I know I said this last week. I want to take from a Marvel book called Strike Force Maturi, which has the tagline at the beginning, "We who are about to die," because your powers will kill you. It may kill you tomorrow. It may kill you in 10 years, but they will kill you. And I like the idea that your powers, if you don't get to a point where you basically say I'm out, the ending will not be a positive one. So I really like that idea that there's high risk with these. So for Strike Force, it was like your powers would eventually just cause you to explode. You're basically a WMD because they were at war with an aliens who had invaded Earth. So they were using technology to turn humans into superpowered beings, both as a strike force, but also as like a propaganda. And they didn't realize that like once these people hit a certain limit, which is unknown for each individual, they're basically a bomb. So, and they don't know when it's going to happen. It's I think it came out in the 80s.
Yeah, it was an epic.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very good. I very much enjoy that. It's kind of for me a lot in line with some other books that came out from Epic. Like I always loved Alien Legion as well, which is another kind of strange war book that doesn't look like a war book until you start to read it and you're like, oh, this is a war comic. All right, so I also want to reutilize the Hydra base because I always loved that from some of the worst Avengers runs possible. I just love the Hydra base as an idea. Yes,
that's awesome.
I like that idea. Actually, I had the same idea because I want to use Imus Champion, who I also very, 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 very much enjoy. I think that's where I was going to come in with that. That Champion has somehow found the same coding that the UN is using and is selling it as an almost plastic. I'm stealing your wording, Mitch, because it's really good. Surgery option for the ultra wealthy. I like this idea. He's like, well, you can't hide this. I'm out of prison now. From the last time the Avengers and the Squadron Supreme whooped my candy ass, because I think it's the last time anyone's used him.
I can't remember if he's been seen since. If he has, it hasn't been significant.
So I guess what I want to do here is elicit any ideas. Strike Force Venturi was mainline Marvel Universe, really?
Well, it didn't exist in the Marvel Universe, but it might not have been under an imprint.
Dang. So I'm looking for ideas here. Anything else people would like to see added to this kind of hodgepodge?
I mean, when you're getting into this space, you're definitely, kind of in that power broker and taskmaster sort of zone. And we know the government has worked with both. So.
Didn't we get a new power broker?
Yes, there is a new power broker now.
Who's the other person you named?
Taskmaster.
I'm trying to think what Taskmaster was doing after Secret Invasion.
Well, he was still with the Initiative, but he's also Taskmaster. So.
Well. Oh, that's right. This would have been right during Dark Avengers.
Yeah.
Well, that also makes it interesting because I can't see Norman Osborn being very excited about a UN UN group being like, yeah, we're not doing that.
And he still has the Thunderbolts too.
Mm-hmm. Well, crap. I moved my head away to look at something really quick, and all of a sudden there's like 8 messages.
I feel like I always have some reluctance about this, and just like trying to keep track of him because he's all over the place during this period. But Kilgrave, Purple Man, is really interesting in this, and he had so many things going on, like from because he was like when they broke out everybody from the raft, he was there. But he also like was interacting with the Hood, and like he took over like a squad of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents during Civil War, and like there was so many things that were like happening at that point. I think he has a daughter. It's hard to keep track of like where he is, but I always thought that was such an interesting dynamic, because he doesn't have to necessarily be at the forefront to play into some of these things.
No.
So.
Dell's Fab Four. I don't think I am familiar with that.
Oh God. Oh man. It's something. It's something, all right.
What is it? Now I'm very curious.
Well, because they figured it was for kids and didn't want to actually put any work into it. There's a group of teenagers, and they go to visit the superhero museum, and they see the Fab Four robots, which had not existed prior. So I don't know why they're in the museum or why anybody cared, and they never explain them. And they're robots, and then there's like a electrical thing, and they find out they can project their minds into these robots and be superheroes.
Okay.
It wasn't great. And one of the robots,
was it by Dell Comics?
Yep, and one of the robots' superhero name was Crispy. So.
Yeah. Well, and they also had.
One of the Thunder agents has a very similar power to that. No Man is basically inserts his intelligence or his whatever into different robot bodies.
Yeah,
because his regular body, I don't think is even in existence anymore.
Just wait until you meet some of their supervillains like Mr. Nut and Johnny Boom Boom.
Oh, Johnny Boom Boom's a really
and the clown.
Name,
that's the whole thing of clowns. Yeah, they got a whole clown.
Yeah, I'm not a Hood guy, although I guess he's Ghost Rider now.
He will be soon. I think he's going to get the Spirit of Vengeance. It sounds like. I don't mind the Hood. The original series was really good, but yeah,
I'm not big on any character Brian Michael Bendis tries to shove down my throat. And yes, I think Mitch made a
Brian K. Vaughan character. For what that's worth.
He's what?
He's a Brian K. Vaughan character.
I know, but it was like Bendis was like, "Oh God." Bendis
he wanted him to get more exposure.
There's a difference between exposure and literally force feeding by putting some type of object in your mouth, prying your jaw open, and dumping it down your throat. That's what Bendis does.
Thing is
like, I love this character.
About here has been Bendis stuff.
I know. Bendis is like, I love this character, so you have to love this character. And it's really gross when he does that. Yeah, I looked it up real quick and saw the art, and boy, they are very Legion-rific. Mitch, you mentioned something before, and that was during the comic 52, I'm pretty sure, and it was Luthor's Infinity Incorporated. And I absolutely love how insidious that was, where he gives all of them powers, and then at one point he just turns them off, and they all just basically plummet and die. He's like, well, I'm Lex Luthor, so fuck off. Anybody else or any other kind of things that would be? I'm going to put Fab 4 down as idea fodder down here. Idea fodder. Dell Comics.
Do you remember? What was his name?
So I also want to use Kirkman's Destroyer variant, but I got to kind of figure out how to work that in. I guess I'm pretty sure that was in 52. I'm like 90% sure that was in 52.
Do you remember the controller?
Yeah.
I thought that
Big
controller
blue.
would be really interesting, particularly because he basically like.
What if the controller was like part of a Jim Jones style, like Jones?
I mean, he has been, because every person he puts his discs on, he gets strength from them.
Yeah. I love the idea of that though, like, which kind of has a little bit of the what the hell's the guy in current X-Men who fucked over Colossus so bad, who could like the scribe or something like that, like everything he writes happens.
Yeah,
he's a mutant.
The idea of controller is like always what I wanted to do for a Super Sentai thing, where it's just like they give the whatever Zordon gives the rings or the controllers out or whatever, and it's actually a insidious plot to basically like drain the life force of these people so they can bring back the dead Rangers.
Oh man, you should do that.
I know.
I mean, there is a game for that.
Yeah. But once you say it out loud, like no one can be a part of it because that has to be the twist. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I won't remember my middle name in 6 hours. So,
which is true because I've told you this concept before, and you were quite surprised just now.
It's why I'm a good friend for these types of adventures, because I can't remember anything. Thank you, TBI. That RPG has a supplement coming out, and I backed it on a Kickstarter.
Oh, nice.
So I hope no one else in our group did, because there's a new Sentai rider supplement coming out for that system. Also, I got the bunch of other stuff that guy's done, or that person has done, or our team has done. They did a Rama 1/2 game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. He won't remember.
Just get him off your chest.
I like the idea of a lot of these characters are like movers and shakers behind the scenes. They're not really like punch you in the mouth villains, because then it gives us the ability to use some of those punch you in the mouth villains as like, I'm someone who enjoys the Wrecking Crew.
Well, yeah, the Wrecking Crew's great,
because it's just, I'm hiring a group of very, very powerful thugs to do thuggish shit.
Yeah.
You know. So there doesn't have to be like the wrecker doesn't. Oh, Garth doesn't have to think of a master plan. It's just like, oh, you're paying us to punch things. I'm good at punching shit. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? Anyone else? Anybody in the peanut gallery or whatever have any other ideas? Or these are all friggin' amazing.
I just want Bone Thugs and Harmony to be a part of this somehow, because I have thuggish, ruggish bone
stuck in your head now,
and I can't get it out of my head.
That's exactly what. As soon as I said that, I was like, "About Bone Thugs and Harmony now in my head forever."
Yeah, you said that, and I was like, "Wait, did he just talk about? Did he just mention Bone Thugs and Harmony?"
I find when I need to get bone out of my head, I immediately just turn on some Wu-Tang.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Ooh, Godzilla.
Yeah, thank you.
And also, I listen to music while we're doing this, so none of my stupid shit will do that to me. So right now, I've got "Evil in Your Eye" by the Church of the Cosmic Skull going, and since it sounds like if Black Sabbath and ABBA had a baby, it's already superseded Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
You know, there's something I did not know about Bone Thugs and Harmony. Leader would be great.
The Leader is a great one. I also very much love, I don't know who the current Crimson Cowl is. The Rose is a little bit too narrow because Rose basically is just a New York City villain. Who is the current Crimson Cowl? Because there was a Crimson Cowl in the Thunderbolts run, but I liked the idea.
Dallas Riordan.
Yes.
And she had a teleporter.
Is she still Crimson Cowl? Because for a while there, it was Justine Hammer.
Justin Hammer's daughter. It says Crimson Cowl, the daughter of Justin Hammer, later used the identity to lead a team of Masters of Evil and bedevil the Thunderbolts at one time, framing Dallas Riordan, placing her in the costume with the teleporter, a deception which held for some time. So she wasn't actually. So I think the last
I like the idea maybe
one is
of no one knowing who this Crimson Cowl is.
Well, that's a Crimson Cowl thing. Yeah.
Oh, those are two great.
It ends up being Everett Ross.
Could be. Maybe it's another Ultron.
Yeah. It was Jarvis, but wait, actually Ultron.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know if you probably didn't read.
Everyone hating on Everett Ross real hardcore today.
Yeah, I love Everett Ross because Everett Ross is the white guy that was created by Christopher Priest in T.H.U.N.D.E.R, and then he brought him back because he basically said like white people. He's like the stand-in for white people who think the Black Panther ain't shit, and it's not because he's racist. It's just because he's like ignorant of the like how like Wakanda and everything else is just like such a good POV character, and I think I think to a certain extent it's kind of like why I like him in the MCU so much is because he's just like he's a Captain America fanboy.
You hate General Ross.
Oh,
Everett Ross different than Thaddeus Thunderbolt.
Yes. I'm a Hawk fan.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about the guy that is in like the Marvel movies with Black Panther and
was in the Christopher Priest run.
Yeah.
I love the fact he has that whole conversation with Mephisto over pants.
Yes.
Although now I kind of want to use.
Yeah, you're talking about Thaddeus.
But I think at this time he might have been.
I'm talking about
dead.
Martin Freeman, baby.
He might have been dead at that time. He's dead again, I think.
Yeah.
The thing about doing it, setting it like the current Marvel Universe or very close to current is you know I could also see the UN putting a team like this together in response to Krakoa.
Yeah. What's a good 5-digit number?
And you could spin out of some of the Immortal Hulk stuff, which was super good.
Give me a 5-digit number.
90210.
Yeah, you're just trying to get people's PIN numbers.
92110.
No, when I was in 5th grade, they did a poll on everyone's favorite television show, and my teacher was nearing the end of her tenure as a 5th grade teacher and as a teacher in general, and so everybody like just burst out laughing when she was like 90210. She was a ball buster.
I feel like we spent a half hour on this. We got some good stuff. It's going to take place on Earth 92110 because then we don't have to be married to continuity. Let's get down to the real business. Get down to what everyone came for, except for Beard.
Oh God.
Except for me. Present.
So I was telling Doug about this yesterday because I think I've mentioned it to him before, but he didn't know. And once I started describing it, he was like, I want to play this. I was like, yeah, this game ostensibly part of my idea to do is for you, get you to play games because you haven't played anything since fucking Monster Hearts, you savage. Oh man. You have no idea how that makes me feel. Okay. So, Beard, I don't know if you've been here for any of these.
I don't think no.
I was here for the very first Mountain Monsters Think, and then I have not been back.
So we've actually got quite a bit. So we've got our 5 toes of the Squatch, although I kind of feel like there should be 6 now. So we have one for like
which episodes did you end up watching yesterday?
The first 3 episodes of season 3.
Okay.
So we're now in the Bigfoot edition.
Yes.
Where Buck commits grave robbing
Yeah.
And then Bigfoot's come for everybody. And the tracker goes back 10 months later and grave robs.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, we're gonna screw.
Also found out that chupacabras are
Bigfoot's graves.
Yeah, the chupacabras, the West Virginia vampire, are Bigfoot's dogs.
Yeah. Yep.
Also found out for the first time, like Doug pointed this out, when we see the person watching them, that's the scariest moment so far in the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, this person is stalking us.
Yes.
That's fucked up. Also, I wanted that episode to be the fact that Farmer John, had murdered Donna. Because it was so creepy when he says, well, I just knocked her up against the tree 3 times and left her out in the woods. We both were like, did John kill Donna? Did he just admit to murder? Like, oh, Donna didn't disappear. She was afraid of Bigfoot. My neighbor, I just took her out in the woods and killed her against this tree, Jason Voorhees style, left the body out here. You fuckers walked into my trap. I was like, oh no, John's a murderer. Because he came off like a fucking serial killer that whole time.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. I mean, they're getting into that territory, but no, I don't see them.
So yeah, it was real good. Although I desperately wanted that episode to have more, and this is sad to say, more of one of the Ames teams getting injured things besides Trapper getting thrown in a lake, which was funny.
All right, I will be right back.
Get that Saguera, son?
I did not get my Saguera. I did get Dave's annual. I have forgotten to give you things for a long time, and or ordered things for you, and they came in late, which consisted of Cal Kestis, which was a Christmas present that was late. The Defining Moments ringside exclusive Foley with the nose tooth.
Yes.
These guys, which I bought from him forever ago, the Bushwhackers and two Daniel Bryans and this Jawa, which I was originally planning on. I bought it originally so I could give it to you for our customs.
One of these days I have to get together with you, Matt, so you can.
And then I could not bring myself to spend money on this, but apparently, like, Dave got 2 copies of it. So
what is it?
Leather jacket, the Avengers,
Black
Knight, like photon
cool,
sword, and Cersei with belts over spandex. 2 belts. She needed 2 belts.
She didn't need 2 belts. She's a fucking
old Cersei 2 belts.
The Tommy Wiseau look. Yeah.
I did also.
Hi, Matt.
I showed this off, but I did get the custom. Oh, come on, man! The custom elf. Anyway, he's lovely.
Beard, you haven't seen this, but let me show you this real quick. I'm working on it.
Oh shit!
I'm doing my own Primal Age DC stuff now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I gotta work on the head. I gotta paint the head, but I just haven't got to it.
All right, I will be right back.
Okay, this is my 6th toe.
Okay.
It's TV phone.
Oh man. Oh, the thing I was gonna say, you should. I think that you could change 3 words, and all 5 of the toes would also be gender inclusive.
Yeah.
What would it be?
Just like everyone's little brother could be everyone's little sibling, and then scary ass guy.
Okay.
I just thought, there's mountain monsters. Meng. The mountain Meng. Well, out here, guys, gals, and mountain monster loving pals.
No, that's a good point. I like that. Siblib. And this is why having someone edit would be really good. So I finally figured out the Mountain Monsters song when he says, let's get some chicken wire and steal some barn wood or something like that. I was like, oh, I couldn't figure out what after the chicken wire line was.
Yeah.
Oh, I might just change that to, but I don't want to change it. Well, I'm gonna leave. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I mean that works.
Because you don't have to necessarily be male to be a pawpaw.
I guess not. No.
If anyone has a general neutral term for that, let me know. Am I good on all these? Because like I said, if anyone wants to edit this, please let me know. Because I would certainly love it to be as gender neutral as possible, as inclusive as possible, of course. Okay. So I heard one yesterday during our show watching that that I don't think we've used yet. That I think Wild Bill screams every single episode, at least once. Trees and other inanimate objects.
It is a lot of, he does say that a lot.
So yeah, we watched Chupacabra. I'm sorry, West Virginia Vampire.
West Virginia Vampire.
That immigrated north from Puerto Rico sometime in the 90s.
Yes.
Ooh, Zaza or BB? Okay, I'm down. Does anyone do you have a preference, Mitch? Which one sounds better? I think Zaza sounds more like West Virginian, like Appalachian to me, but BB isn't far behind that. What do you think, Matt? What do you think, chat?
I'd go Zaza because BB just makes me think of fucking Netanyahu.
Yeah. Also makes me think of Travis McElroy's daughter. She's BB. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I never heard of those, Mitch. That's super cool.
Yeah.
You were like on the trigger with those. I really appreciate it. So I hate when we're working on something like this and a song pops into my playlist that I love, but it's like a different tone and tenor. So like right now, Iron Maiden by Iron Maiden is playing, and I'm just like, oh wow.
You want me to sing you some like Isley Brothers or?
Yeah.
Did you either one of you listen to that song I put in the chat?
Probably not, because I forget, or that stuff pops in.
Tom Jones with
with
fucking Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Well, now that James is back, I will be right back.
I love that song. That was great.
It was such a good cover. Like, you had 4 guys there who have legitimately great voices, just bouncing back and forth, and then you have Neil Young looking like young Stephen King, just fucking killing it on guitar.
Yeah.
It's somewhere if you want to hear it, I don't know if I can find it on YouTube or something really quick. I'll throw it in the chat. But damn, it's a good cover. I think it was like the Tom Jones show.
Yeah, he had a show. He had a variety show.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so many did. It's so good. Yeah, there's a bunch of really amazing performances that Johnny and June Carter had on their show too. That just unbelievable. It's
just like so I'm not the biggest Tom Jones guy in the world.
It's not unusual.
It's not unusual to not be the biggest Tom Jones fan in the world, but I do love Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. I think Neil Young's one of the greatest guitar players of all time. He's also a giant weirdo, and that makes me like him even more. Here, I'll put it in the chat. Go check that out. It's a great cover. Yeah, Mitch, you do research insanely fast. So like it's just such a I always forget how damn good Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young are. Crosby, Stills and Nash are good, but then you put Neil Young with them, and it's something. It's like you take the best parts of Buffalo Springfield and then you mix it with two other extremely good musicians, and it's almost like a super group without being a super group.
I mean, it's a super group.
I always think of a super group as not like people who put out a bunch of albums together, though.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you count like a studio super group.
But like I think that's the other thing is like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young as Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young didn't actually put out that many albums, right?
4 or 5
with all of them.
I think it might be 4 or 5. Maybe I may be completely wrong because I know Young kept being like,
because Neil Young bounced in and out.
Get sober and I'll come back.
Yeah, because he basically was there in like 1969 and then like left for 5 years, came back in 74, left and then played with them again in the late 80s, and then played with them like 99 to like 2008, and then like ditched out. Like everybody else is like, they basically stopped making music after like 1971. There's just like a 3-year block where they're just like, we're done. And then they all started back up again, and Neil Young was back for like the first year, and then he was like, nope, done.
Because they couldn't get straight.
Yeah. So like, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Crosby, Stills and Nash put out their Crosby, Stills and Nash in 69. Young joined them for Deja Vu in 70, and then he was gone for CSN and Daylight again. Came back for American Dream in 88. Live It Up and After the Storm were no Neil Young, and then Looking Forward in 99. So they only made 3 albums
all together. Neil Young. Yeah, you were right. Then I would probably put it.
But it's like, but I mean, that's the best part about it, right? Is like it's this super group that like became even more. It's like when Tommy around, baby. Power Rangers so much better when you got that 6 Ranger. Come on, son. Come on, son.
Well, I don't know. I have to look at my personal definition of
Shaggy, I love. Well, we're off topic. Ethan Page Alpha 1 on his YouTube at 3 Central, and Evil Uno's Mystery Wrestling at 4 on Twitch. Hell yeah. So good.
And you know the best part about that is none of those guys are insane sickos doing horrible things. I saw someone make the greatest like little reference to how horrible Chris Jericho is.
Yeah.
And they were recording Paul London, and Paul London was talking about how Chris Jericho bragged to him one time, I've never signed a non-disclosure, and I never will.
Yeah.
And someone said, Chris Jericho, after that, making every single person he's ever met sign a non-disclosure. He's the Ayatollah of non-disclosure.
That's funny.
So, all right. So, after the individual powers for each background, we have the ability to do episode by episode powers. So basically what we're doing here is grabbing like quotes. We're staying out of that rabbit hole. I just want to mention, I will mention 2 things that I will then get off the topic. Horrible wrestlers can all fucking die sooner rather than later. And I don't mean like bad wrestling. I mean just fucking sick people. And 2, Free Palestine there. I'm not going to get into it any further. Because I think the last couple times I got off in a rant about that. All right. So episode buys, we're taking like things that get said a lot in Mountain Monsters and stupid tropes and then utilizing them into powers. So the ones we haven't touched upon so far are come and get some. Actually, it should be come get some. Come get some or come and get some. Come get some.
Yeah. There's no.
Yeah. You can barely understand Wild Bill without.
You just say get some, and whether you come or not, that's up to you, right?
No, he says
come. It's not about the pleasure of the Mountain Monster itself, you know. Like, see, I don't watch Mountain Monsters, so if I make this about Sasquatch orgasming, I don't know whether I'm right or not. Why is it wrong if it feels so right, gang?
I'm gonna cut it 3 ways: long, wide, and deep.
Yeah.
We're not just a team, we're a family. I ain't afraid of anything except within these woods. We don't just hunt monsters, we hunt legends. And when we catch this thing, I'm gonna make sausage out of it. Those are the ones we don't have powers for just yet. So I think we'll go over and use our normal trope, and we'll go look at a game of PBTA. And we've been using the Summer and Woodlake as our kind of good place, our good boy to borrow from. But I also want to grab maybe
also, my brother got this and gave it to me. I don't know if it's coming in, but it's like the dragon from Shang-Chi.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I don't know what I'm going to use this for, but I have it. I have it now.
Good. I mean, a gift is always a gift.
I feel like you'd need to see the number of things I have to open over here to fully appreciate that is not.
Well, come on a Tuesday night and open shit.
I know. Both you and my brother keep saying that, but Tuesday's hard because I have D&D one Tuesday, and then the other Tuesday.
We are every other Tuesday, so I'm sure you can do your stuff with your brother way more easily than you can do it with us.
Well, he does his unboxing thing on Wednesdays. But
yeah,
there you go.
And Wednesdays we have Greta, so I'm not.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not missing out on reading Harry Potter at bed to open stuff with people I don't know except for my brother. No offense. There's lots of people in the chat here, obviously, that are present for some of those things, but yeah.
I mean, hey, you gotta do yours. You gotta do you. Yeah. Do what you gotta do, my friend.
There's a reason I cut back on to every other week on Chop and Shop. So
I could just look at the Discord. I'll look at the Discord. Where is the Discord? Announcements. Beep boop.
Sorry, I'm just trying to grab at least 2 more PBTA books.
Yeah. You have Meng on Meng this Tuesday. Yeah, come on this Tuesday.
You're always welcome.
Are you guys doing Down and Outlands on Monday?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
We hopefully we'll finish season 1 that way.
Yay.
It should be a wrap up. I asked them if they wanted to do it as a wrap up, and they said yes, so we're going to do it. No, we're going to do Henshin here.
Tain't nothing. Searching for the skunk ape in this forest.
Right.
Oh, hey. Hello there. Hello there, Henshin.
Whoop, whoop. I want to find... Have you run this since you...
Mm-mm. I have not. I was going to do a follow-up. We were going to do a series of follow-ups that year and just couldn't get people to sign up to play.
Well, I'm looking for playbooks, but I did not realize this book had so many
so much
player examples. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
This might not be a good one to try to find that in.
I don't know if they're in the main PDF. The playbooks might be separate. Well, on that note, Mitch is actually going to scale back modding soon. Go ahead and start focusing on professional development. Awesome.
That's very cool, Mitch.
Nice.
What aspects of professional development are you digging into? More like skills based, or you going for certifications, or getting ready for shifting a job market? Oh man. Someone on Clarkski's Discord said we need Brian Keith and Bandito as a tag team. Imagine how beautiful their entrance would be.
I did see Brian Keith got his contract. That's super cool.
That's exciting. I'm glad for him.
Oh man, it's gonna take up 10 minutes just finding powers here, apparently.
And now you have to have an account to read articles on CBR. All right. Well, screw that.
What are you looking for?
Oh, I was just seeing what was, I hadn't been on there in a while because they're kind of shitty anyway. But
They're very shitty.
Shitty?
CBR.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't realize that now you also had to have an account to read shit.
You don't like. I think it's just on my phone because when I look at it in a browser,
I was just looking at it and it said sign in to read, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
It's like it's not regularly like that. It's like so intermittent. Like sometimes I'll go and I can read articles, and other times it's like, hey, sign up for your free account. I'm like, nope.
I don't care that much.
Yeah.
What was the article you wanted?
Not about the quality of the work that they do. Skills and certifications, resources through work. Awesome. Excel said people are scaling, but have full shit going on. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably just look at the index or the table of contents. Do you have a table of contents? Are we friends? Are we going to be friends? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Basic terms.
Yeah, Super Spike. I mean, you just gotta balance. My intent is for my cutback to be temporary, but we'll see. I just I've been doing a lot of eBay stuff and with work and eBay and therapy. I've got less free time right now. I want to be spending it doing other stuff and just making sure I'm mentally where I want to be. If I'm not enjoying something, then I'm not going to keep doing it as often. So
it's always fair. I'm always happy for people success, and I mean, just because people scale back or they move things around doesn't mean that they're gone. They're just so then when they show up, it's so much more of a beautiful surprise. All right. What are we looking for again? I've already lost the fucking plot today. Come get some. Let's do that one first. It's got to be something aggressive. It's something dumb, like falling out of trees. Oh, dude falls out of a lot of trees, James.
Yeah, he really
does.
A
lot of trees. Actually, Willie falls out of more trees. Willie just falls out of things. I still say that time that he went over that ledge, I was for sure he died. It's pitch black and he just gets swallowed up by darkness. And I'm like, oh, that guy's dead. They literally just filmed him dying. I mean, we saw how tall that was, and it's not an insubstantial amount of height.
Well, the other didn't it turn out that they just didn't have to climb down there at all?
Yeah,
they just like made up with the rest of the team who were just walking.
They just desperately wanted to climb down some shit and get their rappelling equipment out. If those guys can rappel and go up and down giant trees, they will.
Yeah, that's
tree will climb.
I suppose it makes for a more interesting visual.
Also, again, we get a chance to watch them fall.
Than somebody falling in a tripping over a stick or something.
Okay, here we go. All those extra training sessions not only made you a great athlete, but they also raised your awareness of your body's strength and limits. When you use violence and miss, choose one instead of two. I like that. Come get some. All them there that fallen off the stuff has made you more squirrely than ever. When you decide to unleash the old Marine, you are a sight to behold. When using using? Is that what we do? Still keep it as using violence? Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Meow, meow.
All right. I'm sorry I missed some chat there. If you haven't seen it, Mitch, most episodes basically are Scooby-Doo plots. Except for the monsters turn out to be real.
Monsters are always real monsters. We just don't ever really see them.
Except for when it's the rival team.
Yes.
That's when business gets weird. Which I am now on the verge of getting into, and I'm fucking stoked about it.
Wait, what are you getting into?
The rival team starting
Yeah.
to show up in the background.
Oh.
It's a long build that
the evil team.
pay off, but at least it hasn't yet. We'll see if they bring it back for the next season.
Oh, you see monsters. They're just CGI, and you see like them running through the woods or on Jeff's thermal.
Yeah.
Jeff, you get it on thermal?
I don't got anything.
All right. I'd like to do at least one more, and then we can call it.
Yeah, it's only a Scooby-Doo plot as far as the headcanon that the Big Feats podcast guys have come up with, where all of the monsters are actually Shaquille O'Neal in costumes.
That monster's at least 3 Shaquille O'Neals and a half of Shaquille.
Doing an elaborate real estate scam to drive property values down.
I want to do one for research here. We don't just hunt monsters; we hunt legends. So something like that helps with that.
Okay.
Bye, Mitch. You still owe me a D&D story yet? You were supposed to tell me like 3 weeks ago. So I still want to hear about this.
And thanks for joining us, Mitch, and safe travels if you haven't traveled back home yet.
But is it be good? And if you can't be good, invite me along.
It was be ungovernable.
Oh, damn. This one's good, too. You have worn so many masks on stage, spoken to so many personalities that a lie is the smallest thing to you. Add +1 when you try to persuade someone by telling a lie. Yeah. I like that. I really like that.
Oh la la. T.H.U.N.D.E.R.
But we need a name for it. Come on, Matt. You've seen all of it.
Yeah, but I also haven't watched any of it in a while.
If you can't be good with cat family.
As my dad said when we were leaving for prom my junior year, boys, there's one thing I don't do. It's bail.
Oh, boy.
I always feel bad trying to come up with something when they lie because they don't lie on that show. Or they don't know they're lying. Or as they said on Big Feats, a man like Trapper who will look directly at you into the camera and tell you a lie is someone I A, don't understand, and someone B, you should be very afraid of.
Yeah, they're constantly lying.
Yeah, but they're lying, but in fiction, everything's true.
Yeah, in the context of the show.
Oh, God.
Wait, go down a little bit.
The weirdo? Okay, yeah, this is the one we were looking for the researcher.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you roll, take stock and miss, choose one and get all the details. That would be, we have legends. So when you roll to take stock and miss, choose one and get all the details. Okay, now we got to think of something here. I'll think of something later for it. Was that the one you were talking about too, Matt?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that fits with that one pretty good.
I want something kind of punchy here for either.
Well, so yeah, go back here to that. But either of those cheerleader ones.
I also like this. You get a +1 when you use violence on objects, because that happens a lot on that.
It does, but either of those cheerleader ones would work for the "we're not just a team, we're family."
We already have some threat and stuff, so I don't want to do that. I think I like this push through one. I don't know why you're trying to take all that instead of what I want you to actually take. Oh. Still kept the formatting, huh?
Oh.
All right. We did a little plus an hour. I'm sure you guys both probably have outs. So, one thing I do want to mention to both of you, Doug is going to get his Mine Colony server up here pretty quick. If you're interested, reach out.
Oh,
and, what is that?
So Mine Colonies is a Minecraft mod where you can build prefab. Draz, I know you're pumped about it. He supposedly was going to get it set up last night, and if not last night, today. Where you have to get a certain amount of stuff together, but then you basically build these buildings, and once you build these prefab buildings, people start to show up, and you're building a village. But they're not just villagers; they're actually like characters with stats who will then do stuff.
Interesting.
So you can actually but you choose which job they get. So let's say you have someone who's got really good blacksmithing skills. Well, then you need to make sure you have a blacksmithing place for them to work to utilize those good skills. I haven't played it. Doug hasn't played it, but Draz has. Draz, if you want to throw something in chat about kind of a better idea of what it is, I think that'd be super cool.
Huh. Right on.
But it's something that I watched a bunch of videos on. I'm very intrigued by. I know Doug's playing Enshrouded, which has a similar thing, but he said it's not anywhere near as good as the Mine Colonies thing is. So
well, and also you can play Mine Colony presumably, whereas you can't play Enshrouded. So
yeah, I'm really I just got notification that both Alyssa and Doug are playing Enshrouded right now. I'm like,
yeah. Can your rig handle a better graphics card or no?
I don't know. Doug was like gonna look into it. I don't know what's going on. I'm not gonna ask. So
yeah, that's fair.
I got plenty of games. Yeah, they defend the colony too, which is neat.
When are we gonna start designing that new gaming table for your new space?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, but now I want to.
Well, I thought that the plan was always you wanted to have some sort of special gaming table in that space, in the new space.
Well, I'd love to, but I mean, I didn't know we were. Everyone is sending me this thing chair. Matt, that's a third person to send that to me.
People know your brand.
I know they do. I sent that to Cassandra last night. I was like, also always room for a Jimmy pit. It's true. We can. I mean, I'm
Design that space, baby.
Wow, I'm down for it. I mean, especially since people are getting their Eternias. I showed that box to Cassandra, and she's like, "Did you get one of those?" I was like, "You know, I got one of those." She's like, "That's bigger than a child," and I was like, "Yep." And she's like, "Where are you gonna put it?" I was like, "I don't know."
Depends on the child. You know, there's some children.
That picture, that is huge.
Oh yeah, it's big. It's big. It's at least it's skinny.
Well, the box is skinny.
Yeah, it's like the Snake Mountain box was. I could have like fit into that if I
still have 2 Motu boxes unopened. I still have my CGI He-Man Castle Grayskull and my Point Dread still in the BBTS boxes because I just don't know where to put them. Yeah, this room is such a fucking mess since that I basically got all the cool stuff from that we had in those other spaces in this room, including an entire bookcase. It's just empty and turned backwards.
Yeah, well, there you go. Something to poke at. I got shit falling down behind me, so I'm gonna put that back together today.
Oh no.
Fuck yeah.
Oh fuck. I don't know who said it yesterday on the walk. So you got that space in that room now. You just sit up right in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Put it on the floor, right?
You were like, it's not finished. And we were like, who cares?
Yeah. Well,
yeah. It's
like
a little more finished now that there's an Eternia in it, baby.
It's an art installation.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she'd murder me. It'd be so funny to do though. Like put it on a table in the middle of the room.
It's like, yeah. No, I mean that's that right there. I mean that's gonna that's up in the resale value right there. You put an Eternia in the basement.
Dude, we'll get sheets of plywood and we'll make just like a box and we'll pin it together and then paint it white so it's like a gallery and just hang one light above it.
Well, that room's got like fucking 8 lights. No, almost got more. It's got what 11 lights in it. Like they just put like fucking a butt ton of lights on a dimmer in there.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you were making a box and then we could hunt a squatch in it because that is the main Willie. That's the main Willie trap is build a box. Sometimes it's a box inside of a box. Sometimes it's a box with a maze in it, but mostly it's just a box.
Have you? So you haven't made it to the Thunder Brothers yet, have you?
No.
Okay.
No.
I think that's coming up pretty soon.
It's definitely coming up this season.
Because it's a box.
Right now we know about the Bigfoot conspiracy. That the Bigfoots are in tribes.
Yes,
Wild Man was kicked out of tribe.
And you
and
find
I'm
out
like, what is happening?
They have fucking maps. The Bigfoots make maps.
I'm so excited to play this game now. This game we're making because now I've got all this extra Bigfoot fiction to use. Like the fact that Trapper was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to just prove that this is the origin species of the Bigfoots in Appalachia, but they're in tribes. And I'm like, what did you just say? You insane old man. Also, the West Virginia vampire, aka Chupacabra, are their dogs? I'm sorry. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. This is why did this not win all awards? Every award ever made. That's fair. That's very fair. All right. I won't keep you two beautiful humans any longer. I'm sure you guys got something to do.
We're wonderful, and thank you for the chats.
Yes. Where can people find you?
I'm here most Sundays. I'm cutting down to every other week.
And if you need to cut down on this as well, Matt,
I'll let you know. Don't worry. On the Dave Wonder channel, every other Tuesday. So I'll be off this coming Tuesday here, and then back the week after. And then that's where you can usually find me. I'm on Discord. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Blue Sky. But that's me.
He's on bodiesinabag.com. That's where he and I just trade bodies in a bag. It's a secret website just for Matt and I. Beard.
Hello. I'm where the wind takes me. I am the knight. I am Batman. I might show up. I might show up this Tuesday and unbox a bunch of stuff. The main problem with unboxing is then I need to put it somewhere, and I already don't have any of my figures up because like the only room that I have available to me is a room that has block, like with like panel over it, and so like I need to get like concrete, like little like hammer charge boys, and that's just like hard to do. So I'm trying to bring more books into work, but the problem is like everybody has their own, like everybody has a little thing and it's the same cubby thing, and we used to have all these you okay?
I got popped.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Does it all the time.
Yeah, so trying to figure that out so that I can have more of my things out, but upstairs is sorted and the kitchen's sorted and the bedrooms are sorted now, so I'm hoping that now I can finish downstairs and get things back to some sort of normalcy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm patiently awaiting the release of all of the good bros as well, because I got when they reissued guys, I ordered whatever 3 or 4 of them.
I've got 3 more coming, I think.
Yeah, bro.
If BBTS ever gets theirs in.
Yeah. So, you can find me.
I didn't even
Twitter.
There's all my AWOC armor that I got that I ordered offline because BBTS was never going to get it in.
No.
Well. Yeah, I don't know. That's about it.
You can find me tomorrow night as D&O rides again after a hiatus, a rest period. And then Ming on Ming on Tuesday. Maybe a beard. Colin's doing Lego. I'm probably going to work on. I think I'm gonna start painting on this water elemental guy. I got him already. I'll probably Zenithel or slap chop him up to the right color, and then maybe we'll use some speed paints on him. I don't know. Or maybe I don't know what I'll do, but I'm gonna work on something. And then Wednesday is for wellness. We'll be here for about an hour. And it sounds like Draz has some good news to share, or at least some news. And I look at news as any news is potentially good news. Then we come back on the 11th for prep school. I don't know what we'll do. Do we need a break from Mountain Monsters? Would be my question.
I wouldn't mind running ideas by you guys. We're like taking a bit of a detour on. We started a new game that's essentially Oops All Bards, but it's also set within the Draquin continuity. And so it's in the like
let's do that next week.
Dragon's Tail archipelago, and I would love some feedback on that, because we're actually like I ran into something.
Will that work for you next Sunday, James? Since you'll have Greta, or do we
yeah, I think it'll be fine.
All right. Well, the next Sunday is the Return of the Beard.
Yeah,
I'm totally down for that. That sounds great. Then the 12th, Star Wars.
Which I will loins. Be abstaining, but I think I've got a conflicting appointment again.
No, it's totally fine, man.
You know,
we have.
Is very considerate and understanding of.
I try to be, but you know,
that's one that I have to check in on too, because now that we're like down another faculty member, I'm having to take on some additional things that are not of my choosing.
They're not your job.
Well, they're my job now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, either way, Star Wars is on Tuesday.
Yes.
Whoever can make it. That's why it's
Star Wars is not dependent on
no.
Matt and I.
Well, this Wednesday on Valentine's Day, it'll probably be a short one, and then, Spoopy Boys on the 15th. It's going to be a Nashy Boys episode. We're hoping that Beard might have theme songs done for Mega Ming and Nashy Boys in the near future. He's got his computer back up and ready, but don't count on it. He's a busy ass man. He'll get done when it gets done.
Yeah.
And that way, Mega Ming, if we do fart noises to open the show, you'll know why.
Yeah.
Because that's a totally our thing. And then Bad Games on Friday. I don't know if that'll be me or if it will be the Lethal Company crew, but either way, it'll be fun. So that's what we got coming up.
Hell yeah.
Thank you to everybody who hung out, threw out ideas, and helped again. And thank you guys, Beard and then chat. Thank you for the language inclusivity point out. We made some changes, which is good. And again, if anyone's interested in doing some editing, reach out, because that's something that I don't always think about, especially on first passes. And I did not think about that. And boy, does it make a difference. So sorry, I'm doing weird stuff, but I dropped a Webster gun on my floor. And I'm trying to underneath my desk, and I'm trying to get it back. But it,
we love that weird stuff.
Well, I mean, if you're friends with me, that's all I'm all about.
That's what we're here for.
Until then, I might emergency PZ after this for a little bit.
Oh damn!
Although I said I'll for a little bit last time, and I did it for like 6 hours. But yeah. So thank you guys. Remember, take care of yourself. Take care of your people. Be good to yourself, and have a wonderful remainder of your weekend. Bye.